Guys, gals, and end pals, I have talked in depth lately about how I think the online YouTube drama community participates a significant amount in sort of creating a state online that leans in the direction of reactionary politics, right? So generally, the drama seems to be focused on stuff like women in gaming being bad because they have simps, like leftist stream or not leftist, but like women who stream having simps and that's bad and they like steal money and stuff like that from their fans, like random shit like that. Um, Kind of dumb. It on its own, it's not like some Nazi alt-right shit, don't get me wrong. But generally, if these are the things that you believe, if you then stumble across somebody who comes along and tells you like, oh yeah, by the way, you know how women, you know how these like Twitch thoughts and stuff are manipulating men into giving them money and that kind of shit, right? That's usually where it comes from. So, while I don't think most people in the drama community are like alt-righters or Nazis or like fucking trying to like radicalize people to the right, I think it does play a part in sort of prepping people for that. Now, does that put the responsibility entirely onto them? I feel like that would be an unfair perspective, so I'm not gonna. So no, I don't necessarily think so, but I do think it's worth acknowledging, regardless. And I ended up getting into some Twitter beef after my debate with Destiny, or the day after my debate with Destiny, with some of the drama community, kind of on Twitter. So BeauBlacks, we all know him, tweeted, "Lol, what are you talking about, Xander Hall? When I said left, I meant right." I mean, I guess this is a clip from BeauBlacks' stream or video watching the debate I had with Destiny when I brought up the drama community. And Leafy randomly responds with the ANCAP flag. I always knew Leafy was a fucking idiot. I'm not very surprised. Leafy's a millionaire, so it makes sense. So yeah, I mean, he has a lot of interest in there being a free market. Considering that he made most of his money from stocks, he invested a lot of his YouTube money into stocks, and now he's very, very rich now. So now he just goes on Twitter and like shit posts. So he posted a little bit of an ANCAP flag, and yeah, I don't know why it's so low res. And then I end up quote tweeting it. I ended up quote tweeting Leafy saying, "Wanna chat, Leafy?" And then BeauBlacks posted, "Hey, at Leafy, let's start Gamergate 2 to piss off the commies. I'll start adding Richard Spencer tweets into my videos to start the conversation process." Obviously trolling. To be honest, probably not serious. However, still kind of concerning because they don't really take it seriously, which is generally like the first sort of step and a long staircase to becoming far right or influencing your audience to be far right. Now, BeauBlacks is pretty left-leaning from my understanding. I don't think he's like an alt-righter or reactionary or anything like that. He has some reactionary tendencies to be sure, but everybody kind of does, especially if you're not like really left-wing, you know? It's kind of ingrained in our society. There's no escaping it. And a lot of people retort with, "Dude just reads tweets," which is generally what he does. If you watch BeauBlacks' content, he like sort of archives drama and goes over Twitter arguments and stuff like that with some minimal commentary. And my number one criticism, or suggestion, I should say, to BeauBlacks has always been, if you want to not foster an audience that believes that you are reactionary, or that or to have the outcome of sort of prepping people to become reactionaries by sort of enforcing some reactionary leaning ideas, the best way to do that is to just give more of commentary. If there's a politically charged drama going on, Just do some more clarification. This would actually probably do more to lengthen your videos, if anything, which gets you more money. You would benefit from this in the long run, absolutely. Would some people get mad because there's reactionaries in your audience that would be mad you don't agree with them? Possibly, but if they were going to get mad at you and not be fans of you anymore over that, were they really even fans in the first place? Let's be real. Why not? Let's say there's some politically charged drama going on. Let's talk about the drama between Keemstar and Hasanabi. I know you claim not to be a big fan of Keemstar, but you have gone pretty hard in defending him lately, but let's go over that. So, Hassan has made multiple comments about Keemstar being far right, and there's a significant amount of evidence to support that. He regularly appears on the Kill Stream, which is a podcast very well known for platforming a lot of Nazis. Some of the people on it, like that run it, are Nazis. Others are all right. There's no progressive people or even centrist people that run the Kill Stream or that generally even go on the Kill Stream. They regularly talk about how the Holocaust didn't happen, anti-Semitism, transphobia, racism, all these things. The Black people, IQ difference, crime rates, stuff like that. They are quite openly a Nazi podcast. That's why they've been banned from everywhere but DLive. I think they're banned from Twitch. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe they just decided not to even try streaming on Twitch, right? They didn't want to pull a Leafy. Leafy got banned from Twitch because, like, in one of his first few streams he couldn't keep himself from saying the N-word a bunch, and he got banned. As well as a bunch of other crazy shit. Like, yeah, Leafy is definitely a reactionary. So my suggestion to you is, let's say you're covering this drama, right? Hassan and Keemstar having some beef. Start by acknowledging both sides of it, okay? You can say, so you have people on some sides saying that Hassan is a piece of shit and he's a cuck and blah, 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 like from actual like Nazis and stuff saying that about Hassan. Acknowledge those people. Say you don't agree with them. Say they're kind of dumb. And insert your commentary there, right? Whatever you believe about that. And if you are a lefty, then you probably agree with my statement there, right? Insert your commentary there. Just go ahead and give your take. Condemn those you disagree with if they have beliefs that you find reprehensible. And explain what side you're on in the drama. I would argue to say that a drama YouTuber who is completely objective is worse than a drama YouTuber who's biased. I would genuinely go that far. Because everybody is biased. Everybody is. But a drama YouTuber who decides to pretend like they're not biased kinda makes it hard for me to trust them, right? Like, I used to shit on Philip DeFranco a lot for being spineless when it comes to, like, certain issues. But as of late, I've been very happy with the way that Philip DeFranco goes about certain drama. He still does the whole, like, give me your take in the comments down below, tell me what you think, stuff like that. But for the most part, he's a lot more assertive with his beliefs, right? Like, let's say Trump does something unbelievably bad, extremely egregious. Philly D from like 4 years ago would have been like, he wouldn't really given his thoughts on it. He would have said, "Oh, this is kind of weird, but what do you guys think?" But now if Trump just like straight up lies about something, or many things, he'll be like, and this isn't even true, and then he'll explain why and show news stories, stuff like that. And then he'll give his take on it, and then he asks people what they think. Go about it some way like that. That's what I would give. That's the recommendation I would give to BeauBlacks if he ends up watching this. If he wants to come on and talk about it, I'd be happy to. And after this, I ended up getting like later that night, like hours and hours later, I ended up getting into some beef with No Bullshit and Memeology 101. It was really weird. So I was playing a little bit of the new Avengers game that came out, and I did a little mini review on Twitter. I said, the new Avengers game feels like a less complex version of God of War, fun story, and the gameplay is flashy, but not very deep, to be honest. And that's what I said. And then Memeology, just out of nowhere, quote tweeted it and said, just like your tweets. And then No Bullshit responded. I ratioed him, but we'll get to that in a minute. Kind of like a got him, I guess. So I quote tweeted it and said, "You tried with that one, buddy. You tried." And I believe, yeah, I ratioed him as well with likes to like in terms of likes and comments. That's actually pretty nice. It feels good to ratio bigger YouTubers. I actually ratioed the shit out of Keemstar when I got into Twitter beef with him. So this is pretty odd. I don't know why he felt the need to come out of nowhere. I guess he was mad that I called out some of his friends and he was like lurking on the sidelines or something. But sorry, I triggered you, and you need to find. You tried, dude. I'll give you that. You tried. And then Brooks Heatherly, aka No Bullshit, responded to that with a laughing and crying emoji. So I quote tweeted him, said, "A lone boy with a dying channel high on copium." Because if you aren't aware, this is No Bullshit's current. Go ahead and get rid of my webcam. This is No Bullshit's current Social Blade statistics. Ooh. Ooh. Yikes. That is a tough scene right here. And then obviously, like, a bunch of my fans came in and were like, you know, shitting on him. It was pretty funny. Now, I've gotten into a few arguments with Memeology 101 before. As a matter of fact, back in the day, way back in the day, as a matter of fact, on my 19th birthday, back on July 27th, 2019, I mentioned Memeology 101 very offhandedly, like just sort of like, yeah, he's like a reactionary or an alt-right or whatever, and he sort of uses like this sort of haha edgy meme kind of aesthetic to bring people over, which he does. And it was like a 2-second clip. Someone sent that to Memeology 101, and he got mad enough to make a video on it, and his video consisted of, like, instead of arguing against the point or anything like that, he doesn't deny it, he only denies it on Twitter. Instead of arguing against the point, he shows a clip of a joke I made in my Discord, referencing a streamer called T-Hump. I don't know if you guys know who this is. Here, I'll actually show you his channel, because he's my favorite streamer, without a doubt. This is him right here. T-Hump, he's very, very funny. My favorite streamer of all time. He would make jokes about, like, cheating on his girlfriend or his girlfriend cheating on him. I used to take a lot of my jokes from T-Hump back in the day. So I made a joke message in my Discord or announcement, because back then I would make jokes in my announcements section. Thank God I don't do that anymore, because you guys would fucking leave. About, like, my girlfriend cheating on me. And Memeology 101 clipped that and just played like a laughing sort of like track over it, and that was his argument against my claim. So he didn't deny it. What do you mean back in the day? You still make T-Hump jokes? Yeah, but I don't make T-Hump jokes as much anymore, okay? So it's... Back then, I made them all the fucking time. However, I've gotten into multiple arguments with this guy. So my take on Memeology 101 is that he's probably an alt-righter. Probably. I feel pretty safe in saying that. The type of arguments and rhetoric he puts out on Twitter when he's arguing with anybody who's marginally left-leaning, the fact that he hosted the Kill stream for a while when they got their shit yeeted off of YouTube, like I said earlier, Nazi podcast. Do any amount of research to see how much bullshit the Kill stream has done. The dude's a fucking reactionary. The dude's a Nazi. Or not a Nazi, but at least an alt-righter. And the only argument on Twitter that he or his fans have ever been able to make for me, or make against it, are he's Honduran. That's right, guys. He's brown, which means he can't be racist. That's how it works, right? He's brown, so he can't be racist. Now, it's kind of hard for me to explain why that take is so fucking stupid. He's from Honduras. Honduras? Yeah, Honduras. He's Honduran. Now, this is a very stupid argument. I mean, I can literally just point to fucking Jesse Lee Peterson, who I've been told doesn't believe the Holocaust happened, who unironically believes the Jews run the world, and that black people are inherently worse than white people on a genetic level, that black people have been seduced by the devil and and white people have to guide black people out of the darkness and into the light, literally. And he's a black guy. I'm sorry, but you're right. This is identity politics, and it's cringe. Your race does not preclude you from being racist. Simple as that. I care about ideas, not your identity. So stop throwing your fucking race at me like it matters, okay? Other than that, he's not been able to come up with a single excuse in the year that I have known of him. And to this day, he still beefs constantly with reactionary, or with left-leaning people from a reactionary perspective. So I don't know what to say outside of that. And he has this tendency, and it's all well and good. But the point that I'm trying to make is, even if you're somebody who is like left-leaning, like BeauBlacks, you can find yourself sort of creating an environment that is suitable for radicalizing people to the right. You don't have to take my word for it. It's not too hard to do research on how online like extremist groups recruit people. It's not like back in the day with the KKK or like the Aryan Brotherhood, where you have some fucking skinhead come up to you where you're chilling, leaning up against the wall in like an alleyway, and they tell you about, the Holocaust didn't happen, the Jews, they're in charge of everything, and black people are bad. That's just not really how it happens anymore. The internet is the most effective method of presenting information in the world. Most online radicalization happens online, and I admit that, or most radicalization happens online, and I admit this myself because most of the radicalization I do to bring people to the far left is online. Only radicalizing people to the left is better than radicalizing people to the right, because left good, right bad, obviously. I'll admit myself that I take part in this method, but the opposite way around. So since a lot of this happens online now, people are radicalized by YouTubers, large figures, communities, different like message boards and stuff like that. You have to sort of prime the surface before you paint it. It's kind of like that, right? That's the analogy I'll use. So I feel like even if you on your own aren't radicalizing people to the right, in the current form, a lot of like drama content does contribute to priming people for that. And it's a very solvable problem. Condemn those within the drama community that are openly far right or engage in this kind of shit, or even just on YouTube in general, and be more outspoken about what you believe. I'm not asking you to make up your beliefs. If you're outspoken about what you believe and I agree with it, then I'm probably not gonna have issue with you. And if I disagree with it, then I can disagree with your beliefs, and then we can argue about something. But at the end of the day, that's what I take the most issue with. Also, why is everyone going so hard for Keemstar? I understand that H3H3 can be like kind of cringy from time to time, and he platformed that Britbong person who, with a name like that, I already dislike because I guess they're British, and British people are subhuman in a video game. Just from the base level, I need to know nothing else about them. But chat, listen, if there's British people in chat, I'm sorry, but you don't have to go so hard for Keemstar. You can acknowledge when somebody on H3's side makes a good point against Keemstar, of which there are many, while not having to go like and fully condemn like H3H3 and make it seem like you're coming forward really hard in defense of Keem. As simple as that. If any of you guys in the drama community or anyone I called out today wants to talk about it, you can hit me up on Twitter. My DMs, if I see you message me, I'll open my DMs to you. You can message me on Discord, anything like that, and I'll be down to have you on. We can talk about it. So, yeah, that's my take on the current stance of the YouTube drama community.